I'm Adam Yager with Lake Martin Realty, and I'm out at my new listing at Lot 30, Sundown Ridge, here at the Ridge on Lake Martin. And I'm here with Andrew McGreer from Lake Martin Signature Construction. Phenomenal builder, has built multiple homes in the Ridge, does a fantastic job. His customer service is unrivaled. I know that because they've told me, so I've heard that from your clients. So
That's awesome.
You've got a fan base.
Best testimonial.
So we're putting this lot on the market this week, and I brought Andrew out because if you're like me, you have a little bit of trouble visualizing. I have trouble, as many houses as I see on the lake.
Right.
I have a hard time looking at a lot, visualizing where the house is going to go, how you're going to get the best view. So I brought the expert out here today to tell us a little bit more about it, since he's had much more experience building homes in the Ridge than I have.
Well, first thing, Adam, is look at this view. I mean, this is what, when people come to the lake, this is what they want.
Right.
Second is how do I get that in terms of building on a piece of property that has a slope to it. But if you look historically through the Ridge, all of the properties pretty much all have slope to it.
Right.
And what they end up doing is customers see the finished product, and they don't see it in a raw stage. And so when you look at this piece of property, it's got a slope to it, it's gonna have some switchbacks on the driveways and things, but at the end of the day, when the house is done and you're in it, it's not as daunting as perhaps it may appear. So for us, this is rudimentary. You know, we have a on-staff civil engineer who looks at this and said, no problem, we'll come this way, we'll do this, we'll do that. This is how we can design the house. We work together with the architects to perfectly place it on the lot to capture this, because at the end of the day, this is the spoiled view. I mean, that is ideal. So, you know, when you look at a piece of property like this, it's very important to understand what are the factors that are involved in getting a beautiful home on the lake. Second thing is, how do I do it cost effectively? So that's the whole part of planning. It's the planning of it up front to understand what are the challenges with the lot, how do we overcome it, what are the ways to do it, and then you incorporate that into your house design, as I said earlier. So those are the things that when people work together with us, we bring our team down here, we do the topographical studies, we position the property correctly, and how it works. So this is not as difficult as some may think.
So Andrew, when I see houses around the lake, all different types of houses all around just showing, I don't get to see the finished product. I don't get to see, I see the finished product. I don't get to see the due diligence that goes behind. A lot of the times I miss the part where it was just a raw lot, and they came in, did site development, and did their due diligence. And nobody, I mean, a lot of people miss how much planning goes into that. So when you look at this type of lot, what do you see? What comes to your mind?
Well, first of all, I know that a homeowner that is a potential homeowner looking to buy a piece of property on the lake would look at this lot and say, oh my gosh. To me, I say, no big deal. I mean, we deal with this every day. I mean, because like I said earlier today, was that the Ridge does have a lot of slope to it. But this one is not nearly as bad as many we've seen on the lake. Because the beautiful part about this is that you can have a really nice entrance driveway that kind of curves in here, wraps around the hill into your garage. It's not as big as people think it is. But the most amazing thing is once you come down the driveway and park your car and go in your house, you have that unbelievable view. I've seen lots that are steep this way going down where that is a very arduous process. But this one really is not that bad. So it wouldn't scare me to build my personal house on this one because I know what goes into it, what we do, how we do it, how to grade it, and how to make it work really well for a customer. Without having to spend ridiculous money to do it.
That's my next question. I feel like a lot of buyers, I mean, even for me, I don't know enough about construction, you know, outside of real estate to look at something like this lot and go, oh my gosh, is that going to cost me a fortune because I'm going to have this, that, the other, you know? Is that something that you have to deal with while you're building? You know, do you think people come in with the idea that they're going to have to spend this
and they do
amount?
And primarily I think what happens is people are misinformed or uninformed. Because look, if you're buying a house, you're not thinking about a guy in a D9 dozer, you know, or an excavator that comes and look at this and say, hey, this is rudimentary to us. You know, it's just moving the dirt. It's not a big deal. And so I think it's really important that the people get with somebody who has the vision, who can explain the vision, walk them through it, and then all of a sudden their fears or their nervousness will be completely calmed. Because once again, the benefit is that view, which is a view that is very hard to find on this lake. So like I said earlier, this would not scare us at all, and I would build my personal house here.
Right. Now, I think a lot of people, we as humans fear what we don't understand.
It's very true.
So I think a lot of people don't understand, hey, what is this really going to take? Is this a big deal or not? Oh, because I know, people like yourself will go, look, we just need, the dirt needs to go right here. This is how we can run this out. Rudimentary, like you said.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got a huge knoll of dirt here that has to be carved down and taken out anyway. Well, that's perfect to be put up there.
Right.
And you bring in big boulders, which are not that expensive, to build a retaining wall at the front entrance, which you drive down, and it's just seriously, it's not one of those things that's outrageous. It's not going to be double or triple.
Right.
We just don't find that.
And I think a lot of people, especially on a lot like this, will miss out on the opportunity to have that incredible view. Have these great neighbors be in the ridge because they look at this and they go, oh my gosh, I don't think, and they don't know what they're missing because you have somebody that has experience like you say, look, this is not a problem.
And this end of the development in the ridge is exceptional.
Absolutely.
Like I said, that view is hard to find on this lake, the big water view, year-round water, and the neighbors on this street are phenomenal. So it's a really great location for families and enjoying the lake. And certainly, even if you're looking for a full-time home, what a better place. Right.
What they say, life is simply a little bit better at the ridge.
Amen.
So a lot of homes on the lake, kind of just part of being on the lake is that you have slope lots. That's almost any lake in the country, you have slope lots.
That's right.
And kind of like what you were telling me earlier, that that road has already been built. There are multiple house plans that Russell Lands has, other builders have, that you have.
That's correct.
That work on lots like this. So it's not a huge issue in terms of how are we going to plan this. People have again and again and again. You can look at this entire neighborhood and see where people have taken a raw piece of land and done the due diligence and built the house on it. So
very true.
In your opinion, what do you think would just be the best? Just off the top of your
head. Gosh, I could think of 3 or 4 right now that Russell has because the first thing is you want to capture an open floor plan with the view.
Right.
And Russell Lands has probably 5 or 6 I can think of off the top of my head that accommodate that.
Right.
And so really you're not limited by the house design here with the bevy of plans that are available at Russell Lands, and of course we have plans too.
Right.
But the ideal thing you want to do is to work with the civil engineers, place the house on the site in terms of the footprint, and then select the house that can capture everything you want it to capture, because this is a home, this is an opportunity to be a part of an amazing lake and a great community. So there's a lot of options, so you don't have to feel like a round peg in a square hole. That's not going to happen.
Like your options are so limited that
and they're not.
We only have a few chances to make this work.
That's right.
And that I believe that it's when I look at some spots around the lake going,
that's right.
What can we do to make this work when the options are not as small as you think?
That's correct.
Especially when people like you who have done it over and over again
it's true.
Wait, there's a flow to this. Let me slow down. Let me show you what we can do here.
Exactly.
So this lot is coming on the market this week. Call Andrew, call me. We'll come out here and he'll do a site plan for you. He's an excellent builder, and so this is an incredible opportunity to be at the ridge on Lake Martin.
That's right.
To have a beautiful home that captures that view, to build your family, to build those memories, and so I'm excited for you to see it.